here you have a desk, chest of drawers, you have a nightstand, a light, an alarm. Oh, and Sean says all the pro athletes use futons if they can't find a bed big enough, so I got you one of those. Of course, the frame was heinous. It's not about to let that in my house, but I got you something nicer.
It's mine?
Yes, sir. What?
Never had one before.
What, a room to yourself?
A bed.
Well, you have one now.
It's not just a Hollywood story. Right now in Massachusetts, 1 in 7 children are growing up in poverty. Although a bed is not the first thought that comes to mind when thinking of childhood poverty, there are thousands of children in our state that do not have a bed of their own. 5 years ago, the Massachusetts Coalition for the Homeless was approached by a concerned public school teacher. Her students were coming to school tired and unfocused day after day. She learned the reason was because they did not have beds of their own. Knowing these families could not afford this necessity, she wanted to find a way to get them beds free of cost. That one simple request launched A Bed for Every Child, a program dedicated to delivering a twin bed set to every child that needs one. To identify these children, A Bed for Every Child partners with public schools in the most economically disadvantaged communities throughout Massachusetts. As a result of this collaboration, the program averages 200 referrals per month of children in need of a bed. To meet the number of referrals and the growing demand for our program, A Bed for Every Child launched the Build-A-Bed Project, a sponsored volunteer opportunity which brings teams of people together to build beds for delivery. The teams that take part in a Build-A-Bed project are not only making a huge difference in the child's life, they're also having fun doing it.
And I'm having a blast because this is my first time actually making a bed. I've never made a bed, but this one is like so simple and I love it.
I just love doing this stuff. Being able to give back to the community is awesome.
Coming here and seeing all these great smiling faces of so many of you, it's the best part of my day. So I hope you all having fun today so far? Well, I really believe it's going to get better. We heard that a lot of you didn't have beds to sleep in at night. And when you think about it, you want to be productive at school and do the best you can do. You need to get a good night's sleep. We have something pretty special for each one of you. You're going to get your own bed with all kinds of surprises in the bedding, the pillow, lots of little treats, and it's one of the coolest things we've been able to do all year.
We're just thrilled to be a part of this brand new event, first time event, Bed Zone Bash, partnering with Bob's Discount Furniture to bring 200 children a bed of their very own to sleep in. We found out from Mass Coalition for the Homeless about their Bed for Every Child program, and it just broke our hearts, but at the same time warmed our hearts that maybe 200 of them we could help and service.
It's amazing working with the program A Bed for Every Child, and I've had it happen where we'll do an event such as today, and then all of a sudden the organization that we've worked with to help, they're getting phone calls from all these other places because they also want to give back, and it sparks this whole like revolution of giving throughout other companies and volunteers, and not even just companies but people. They come out of the woodwork.
Now I can sleep by myself when I'm with my bed because I used to sleep with my mother. But now this is a more comfortable bed because I can spread around and move around wherever I want.
The bed that I'm sleeping in right now is my crib from when I was a baby. And the bed that I'm getting now is amazing.
What I sleep on, my bed is pretty hard, and I've noticed that this bed is like soft and I really like it. And this pillow is like my head like sinks into it, and that's really cool too. Thank you to A Bed for Every Child.
Tom Brady is my favorite Patriots player because he's really good at what he does, and I might want to be like him someday.
So from Gillette Stadium, we want to send out a very special thank you for for a bed for every child.
So the Boston Bruins and the Boston Bruins Foundation found out about the Mass Coalition for the Homeless initiative for a bed for every child. And having a bed means so much for the children's, for academic, for their health, for it translates to all portions of their lives.
For anybody who's listening to this out there, realize that these needs are every day, and it's not just children that are in the city, it's children that are everywhere. There are children that are in need of items such as beds in your backyard. So think about that, and we're so honored on behalf of Bob's and my TV husband Bob to be part of this.
Because it's important to us that every child get a great night's sleep. We have many students in our school that will be recipients of a bed today, sponsored by a bed for every child.
I'm very, very, very thankful that they have their own space to sleep now. They can get a good night's sleep, have a good well-rested for school, and they're just excited to have their own. She's never had her own bed. Thank you to the Bed for Every Child and the Boston Bruins and all the agencies that, help today make this happen for families who don't have enough to buy beds for our children, because sometimes, when you're a single mom, it's hard.
Thank you for my bed.
But she's very thankful for this bed, and I am too, to see my niece having this bed, because she was sleeping with my mother in the bed. So she's very excited now she got this own bed, and it's good for her. And she said it's really comfy, and she's excited. So for a bed for every child, they did the best thing ever.
And thank you, so we all can have our own bed and we don't have to sleep with our parents no more. Oh. And I will have a good dream about this today. Thank you.
There is a common saying, it takes a village to raise a child, and our partners and sponsors are our village. Thanks to the generosity of many, a Bed for Every Child has made it possible for thousands of children to dream big and get the education they deserve.